Gavin Newsom. What are you doing?
And what's happening across my country and what happened here in Davos. I was going to speak last night. It was a well-established event at the USA House. Simple conversation, discussion. After Trump's speech, they made sure that I didn't. They made sure it was canceled. And that's what's happening in the United States of America. And they're the new Trump signature series knee pads. Yeah, and they are available online. I told you the last one sold out.
You know, our problems, yeah, are our problems. But we ain't taking dirty laundry outside. You don't go on a world stage to disrespect your own house, which is the United States of America. I don't like that at all. Not even a little bit.
Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to get notifications anytime I go live or make a video. Make sure you still subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Let's get into this. Let's get to Davos. I don't know how a woman is married to this guy. How do you wake up every day knowing that your husband is fake? And he's an actor. He's a character in a Netflix series. This dude is not a real person. I bet you $1 million when Gavin Newsom is at home, he's a different person than he is on the stage. I could put my life on it. This guy is completely acting. Listen to what this fool said. I got a couple clips. I got 4 clips I want to show you guys. Listen to what he said about Donald Trump and Donald Trump canceling his speech and all the other stupidity that he's spewing at the World Economic Forum when he shouldn't even be there, to be honest. Well, you ain't even a world leader. What you doing? Roll the clip.
And what's happening across my country and what happened here in Davos. I was going to speak last night. It was a well-established event at the USA House. Simple conversation, discussion. After Trump's speech, they made sure that I didn't. They made sure it was canceled. And that's what's happening in the United States of America. Freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, freedom of speech. It's America in reverse. They're censoring historical facts. They're rewriting history. They're censoring books, 4,340 books, libraries, and in schools, banned in the United States of America.
Time out.
You're watching.
Like, you should go to jail over stuff. Like lying this bad about your country, it should be like, you should go to jail. But thank God we live in a free society and you can be stupid enough to go to another country and completely lie. I appreciate all the people who have gotten verdict already because a ton of y'all have gotten verdict. I mean, so many people, my head is spinning. And you will not be disappointed. The best bourbon I've ever tasted. If it wasn't the best bourbon I ever tasted, I would not waste my time, effort, energy, and investment into starting a bourbon. Best bourbon on the market. Are you a guilty or not guilty type person? I'm more of I do both. Sometimes I'm feeling guilty. Sometimes I'm feeling not guilty. But make sure if you're interested, it's available for pre-order right now. You can also read the story of how we developed Verdict. It's listed right here. It's also on the back of our bottles. So make sure if you're interested, go on. You must be 21 and over, obviously, but you make sure you drink responsibly. We don't do the irresponsible drinking. We don't do the drinking to get drunk and intoxicated. Pre-order today. When you get the checkout, if you get both, we got free shipping for you. If you get the case, we got free shipping for you. And also, if you have any issues, just message us on customer service. Let us know. Like, you should go to jail over stuff. Like lying this bad about your country, it should be like, you should go to jail. But thank God we live in a free society and you can be stupid enough to go to another country and completely lie. Banning books. Why don't you tell the people why the books are being banned? You don't hear talking about we rewriting history. Fool, you can't rewrite history. What they're doing is they're banning books that are inappropriate, that's telling history the wrong way, lying about history, indoctrinating our kids with over-sexualization. Why can't you tell them that? This fool out here talking about they're obstructing freedom of assembly, but you don't talk about them lunatics going into that church. Like I don't make it. You can't make this up. Finish the clip.
Institutions, any institution of independent thinking is under assault and attack by the Trump administration.
Really?
You're seeing what's playing out in the streets of American cities, what played out in California, the second largest city in the United States of America. 4,000 National Guard were federalized. 700 active duty Marines were not sent overseas. They were sent to my largest city
Why?
in the state of California.
Time
Masked
out. Gavin Newsom, tell them why. And tell them what they did when they got there. Like, be honest about it. Roll the clip.
Greg Bavino, dressed up. It's as if he literally went on eBay and purchased SS garb. Greg Bavino, secret police, private army, masked men, people disappearing quite literally, no due process, windows being smashed, seatbelts on, being, literally just sort of cut off, people dragged in the streets, kids separated from families, knocking on doors, racially profiling American citizens. So is it surprising the Trump administration didn't like my commentary and wanted to make sure that I was not allowed to speak? No, it's consistent with this administration and their authoritarian tendencies. But forgive me, these are objective facts.
Listen, bruh, if America was authoritarian, you wouldn't be at Davos running your mouth. You wouldn't be able to come back to the United States of America if you were disrespecting a country and we were authoritarian. What are you even saying right now? You have the right and freedoms to criticize our government in a foreign country at the World Economic Forum. But yet you claim that it's somehow Donald Trump is creating a false army. That means that you won't live when you get back to America. Why you ain't in jail if they're targeting people? It's the lies, man. I don't know how this man with a straight face get up in an economic forum and just trash his own country, and it's all lies. Tell them about all the sex offenders that they arrested. Tell them about all the criminals they arrested. People that are involved in criminal foreign gangs. You claim that there's no due process. Well, you shouldn't get due process on the way out if you didn't do due process on the way in. What the are we talking about? You didn't go to court to get in, so why we got to go to court to get out? The same way you came in, the same way you going out, undocumented. So what are we saying here? I heard a guy make a clip the other day, and I was like, that's how silly this is. He go, I don't know what the problem is. These people are illegally in the country, and they have to leave now. What are we even saying? We can't go to any other country and do that. Go to Sweden without your passport and just walk through the connecting border to Sweden and just walk in. What do you think they're going to do to you in Sweden if you do that? But in America, that just is supposed to be okay. All right, let's see. Gavin says that he's not naive. Wrote a clip.
Do you think post-Trump there's a path back? Because you see this everywhere, the kind of insult politics that you're doing here, which you said you don't really enjoy it. You kind of seem to.
I just putting a mirror up. You got to. I was doing my 10-point plans before, and I don't think any of you would have been here this morning had I done that.
Oh, they would have been here.
No, because it wasn't working. No, everyone's trying to figure this guy out.
How do you a Mark Carney crowd?
Yeah, no, but it's how do you?
So what he's saying is that I was throwing my 10-point plans out that you've been throwing out since you've been in office and ain't done sugar honey iced tea. That's why nobody listened to your 10-point plan. What do you you're gonna finish the light? You're gonna finish the high-speed rail that y'all wasted billions of dollars on and ain't built a mile of it? I don't know. Your 10-point plan about homelessness. 20-some billion dollars that nobody know where it went. And homelessness is worse now than it ever been before. Gavin, what plan are you talking about? You guys are letting illegal aliens vote in the elections? Like that's why you're not talking about your 10-point plan. Because it's washed up, it's old, it's bad. Nobody want to hear it because you ain't really truthfully going to do anything. So you do fear-mongering. You do identity politics. You do, fighting fire with fire, you say. Arguing online, trying to be viral. Clickbaity. That's how you think you're going to win an election and favorability with the people. You don't actually have to do anything. You just have to argue with people because that's viral online. Finish the clip.
Okay, how do you respond to this moment? And for me, it's about iteration. It's an entrepreneurial spirit. It's a very California mindset. You got to keep increasing the number of tries. And I was trying everything, wasn't working, wasn't breaking through. Democratic Party, writ large, wasn't breaking through. And we decided the only way to address Trump is quite literally to fight fire with fire. I did an initiative, Prop 50 in California. It was to reflect the fact that Donald Trump called an American politician and said in the middle of the decade to the governor of the state of Texas, I am entitled, Greg Abbott, to 5 seats. And I need you to redraw district lines, mid-year redistricting, to rig the 2026 election before one vote is cast. What the Trump administration expected we were going to do, as good Democrats do, we might write an op-ed. And we may, all go out and just say, this is just so wrong. And all of us would be applauding and say, yes, yes. And, as he's consolidating power. Instead, we went out and we redraw our maps.
Oh, time out.
And we also drew.
I probably was distracting y'all with all them hand gestures, but this fool just said the Republicans redrew their map, which is corruption, right? Is it corruption? He's alluding to this being corruption. So we go out and be corrupt. Is that what you're saying? So therefore, Greg Abbott should be in trouble. Donald Trump should be in trouble, and so should you. Are you really going down this path of saying that they committed some nefarious thing and you did the same thing? And finish clip.
The line in the sand.
I got 2 more clips, but
and
we'll
I think
finish this.
That's what's required at this moment. And he cesses out weakness like no one else. That's his great strength. That's his gift. But you punch back. You fight fire with fire. You display conviction and strength. It's a different relationship. And so my relationship to this moment is reflected in that. I'm not naive. These guys are going to try to take me down, not just my state. I'm not naive about what I've said this morning and how that will be reflected in the official White House account. I'm not naive about the fact that he threatened to prosecute the Fed chief in the United States of America that has subpoena against another sitting governor, Tim Walz, who's literally going after his enemies with the FBI and the DOJ, these power ministries.
You're not going to talk about that Somalian fraud, bro? Like, you're not even going to bring that connection to the people. This is why I exist and others do. Because these people get in front of the world and lie. Tim Walz isn't being indicted because somehow Donald Trump wants to go against him. He has no effect on Donald Trump. He already mentioned he's not running for re-election. So he don't have any leverage. Tim Walz was involved potentially in one of the biggest fraud schemes ever in Minnesota history. You got billions of dollars of fraud from Somalians that you allowed to come into your state. That's why you're getting indicted. How do you lie with a straight face like this? Finish the clip.
I'm not naive about any of this. I'm not naive about the corruption and the graft at a scale we've never seen in American history. I'm not naive about folks writing billion-dollar checks to Witkoff, to Jared Kushner for this new peace deal they're announcing today. I'm not naive about the fact the President of the United States made $1.5 billion+ in the last 12 months personally. How the hell are we putting up with this? We have to call this out. Unprecedented in American history, happening in real time on our watch. We have to be held to a higher level, all of us, myself notably, to a higher level of accountability at this moment.
Can y'all endure 2 more clips of Gavin Newsom? Let me know in the comment section. So this is Stephen A. Smith's articulation of his thoughts about Gavin Newsom. I got to bring Stephen A. on. Let me know if you want to put Stephen or put A for Stephen A. if you want me to bring him on the show. But Stephen A. said something that I thought was very simplistic. It's a minute clip, a minute and 40-second clip. Very reasonable and simplistic about this whole Gavin Newsom thing. Roll the clip.
Gavin Newsom. Respectfully, what are you doing? You're the governor of the state of California in the United States of America. Why are you over in Davos, Switzerland, talking to folks and speaking negatively about the president of the United States? I have no problem with Gavin Newsom being candid and open about his feelings about our president on United States soil. To go over to another country, Switzerland, to go over there and to be in the presence of other European leaders speaking against the president of the United States. I'm not down with that. Y'all might be. I'm not down with that at all. Say whatever you want here as a governor from the opposite side of the aisle of a state in the United States on American soil, fine. But I'm one of those people, when we go somewhere else, it's America first. You know, our problems, are our problems. But we ain't taking dirty laundry outside. You don't go on a world stage to disrespect your own house, which is the United States of America. I don't like that at all. Not even a little bit.
Do y'all agree with that? I just think that what's your end goal here? You want to trash the sitting president to the world. Why? You should be focused on your own state.